Look, before we get into the content, it's really important that you guys hit that subscribe button. We're out here every single day working for y'all, trying to hit y'all with the best content. And what motivates us to keep going is people like you. So hit the subscribe button, join the conversation, join the Deuce Gang.
What he said. Finally dropped Donda.
Donda's finally out. According to him, Universal did it without his permission, which we all know is a lie. There's so much controversy around this album. Charlemagne, DJ Envy, the Breakfast Club is a huge platform.
Yeah.
They've been on both sides of the coin when it comes to Kanye. They just recently finished, Envy just recently finished calling him a clown repeatedly, saying his whole team is a clown.
Wow.
For allowing him to, go through and do everything he's doing. Charlemagne called the album long and lackluster.
Hey.
Right?
You got my message, right? You got my message about the album when I was listening to it, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you could speak to that too, but like not the king, but definitely he's in the fucking kingdom. Soulja Boy jumps on the train. Now, I mean, bro, like, if this is even real, you guys know the text message conversation that apparently happened between Kanye and Soulja, where Kanye is calling Soulja a genius, or maybe I don't even know. But both of these two are these are egomaniacs. So
yeah.
whatever. Let's just say it even happened. Kanye hits him up, get on my record, and the verse doesn't make the album. Like, that doesn't happen. So
Soulja Boy, I heard about this. So you're telling me Soulja Boy, this is real? Like, he really did a verse on a Kanye West song and then they took it off? Or did Soulja Boy just find an instrumental with a Kanye and record his own verse? And then say it's supposed to be on Donda? Because I could see Soulja Boy going to those lengths. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. People are acting like... So there's both sides. Again, I stand by what I said. Just because I asked you to do a song and I bigged up your ego, and then you send me a verse, it might not make it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's okay. On the flip side, let's not put anything past Soulja Boy. With that being said, let's cut to the video.
There was other people in the room, like the other guy is sitting on the chair. It looks like he's on his cell phone, probably scrolling through Instagram. And then his next boy is just standing there. Nobody else is vibing on that. I don't know how Soulja Boy got his feelings hurt by not being. Well, I understand why and how he got his feelings hurt. But when you have artists out here like Lil Baby, like Da Baby, like Meg Thee Stallion, like there's people that Kanye did put on his album that, just kind of making more noise right now.
Well, Soulja Boy doesn't think so. In fact, he took to Twitter additionally and said, that nigga Kanye so pussy. Lame ass nigga thought he could be the president. Sit your goofy ass down somewhere. That's why Hove don't fuck with you, weirdo. And then he tweets again, go have another rant, pussy ass nigga. You need help. You ain't have to call me in the first place. Who the fuck you think you is, nigga? On God, you a bitch, Kanye West. And if you got a problem with it, I'ma knock you out myself, nigga. How you get so lame, Kanye West? Call me at Kim Kardashian. He did the same shit on RoboCop when Amber Rose was in the studio years ago. I hate working with this dude. He needs help, seriously. If he didn't like the verse, he should have just said so. Don't text me acting like you fuck with me, then secretly take it off. What kind of shit is that? I was working on my album too. I don't got time for this shit. So
all of that was Soulja Boy?
Yeah. So I mean, there might
Wow. Okay.
be
That was all
some
one person.
yeah, there might be some validity to this, but again, I have to say, maybe it just didn't make it wasn't hot enough. Chris Brown put him on blast on Instagram. He called Kanye West a whole hoe.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I guess I say all that just to say this in summation. What did Kanye West do to any of these people? Additionally, because maybe he did, but that's why I'm asking. I want to know. Additionally, we are in the era of social media. We need things. We need this to travel. We need this to stay on the tip of people's tongues. The music, the visuals, and the drama.
Yeah.
What's to say this isn't all planned? Is what I'm trying to say.
I think people are mad or angry at Kanye because I don't care how you want to put this, man. And I said this earlier with all the listening parties and all this stuff. You hear the money this guy made? He's finessing his fans for a check. Like, people are obviously we're anticipating this album dropping, so he knew what he was doing. But to have the listening parties and to charge for tickets and then sell merch and then do all this extra stuff online, it looks like you're finessing your fans to pay for your bill for the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or whatever else you want to pay for. You know, you finally drop the album after you say you're going to drop it on the 3rd and then you drop it earlier, whatever, Universal, who cares? And you drop the album and now we've all been waiting for it. We've all been anticipating it. And I don't know who said that the thing was lackluster, but I listened to it.
Charlemagne.
And whoever said that it was long and lackluster,
Charlemagne.
you can go my IG right now and check out my story. The thing I said on my story, I said Kanye's album is like a full-time shift. I had to take a 15-minute lunch break in between. You know? So it wasn't anything. The anticipation was the best part of his album. And that's why I think people are mad at Kanye. That would be why I would be angry if I was an artist. Looking at what he's doing, man. Look at what he's doing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
You've been on this podcast and you've talked about your mom, right?
Yeah, I've spoken of her.
Cool. Now, as a viewer of this podcast and also as a participant, do you think I have the right to tell you how you should feel about your mom or even express those feelings? Do I have the right to do that?
You have a right to your opinion, 100%.
Do I have
but
the
if
right
if you're trying to tell me what to do, no, you don't have the right for that.
Cool. Now, what if you wrote a song about your mom?
Okay.
Right? So now let's take it out of just talking about it and you put it in a record, right? And maybe the song was harsh, right? But it was honest. Do I have the right? Like now you've put it in the form of art, and when you put it in art, it gets to be critiqued. So now, don't you think that's a little bit more challenging to critique? Because at the end of the day, this is your mom. This is a song that you made about the relationship with your mother. How, as an outsider, am I able to properly critique that? Because ultimately, this is what Donda is. It's a tribute to his mom. So It could have been 50 minutes, 30 minutes. It could have been 6 hours. This could be part 1 of a 6 installment series. This is
like a Trapped in the Closet series all over again.
Sure, why not? This is a tribute to his
That would be horrible. That would be horrible. There was already 27 songs on there.
What I'm trying to say, though, is viewing public, listening public, of course you have the right to critique the album, but at the end of the day, this is a tribute to his mom. This is how that's like trying to tell a nigga, yo, the way you feel about your mom is whack. That's really what people are trying to say. The way you feel about your mom is whack. Because check this out. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. But it's weird to say that.
Yeah, you see, I think what you're missing though is the difference between intention, which obviously there was an intention behind it, and just being honest with somebody. You understand what it is? When you have your little children, little small, just learning how to write or just learning how to draw, they may want to write you a letter, or they may want to draw you a picture. Now you go and you look at this picture from your 4-year-old and your 5-year-old, and you look at it and you say, oh, this is beautiful. I love it. But in the scope of art, as far as artists go, it's probably not a Picasso. It's probably not the best drawing ever. If you entered into a contest full of adults and didn't tell somebody a child drew it, they probably wouldn't grade it very high. The intention is great, but for the child, your intention is great, but saying it, but then there's a reality behind things. So sometimes, you just have to be honest with somebody. And I get that Kanye's intention. I understand what he was trying to do with this. I get it. But I'm going to reiterate my statement. Once you start making money off of it, like not from the actual music itself, directly, but these little shows that you want to use to market it and the merch and everything like that, because he's going to go on tour. He's probably going to go on tour. He's going to sell more merch. There's going to be more money made off of this, So when you capitalize like that and then, you drop it and I listen to it and there's nothing really about it,
Well,
I got to be honest.
Well, first of all, when you talk about him capitalizing and him going on tour and him selling merch, Kanye West is signed to a major label. He's going to do all those things, whether he wants to or not. Additionally, to your point about the child drawing a photo or whatever, a picture of their parent
or whatever.
What I'm trying to say is, yeah, cool. Enter it into a contest. It's not going to be graded very high if it's not known that a child drew the picture. If it's looked at as an adult drew the picture. But to your own words, the intent is there. Bro, right. I cannot sing. Okay. But if someone I love passes away and we shared a song, I'm going to sing that song at their fucking eulogy. And
do your thing.
What person is going to come up to me and be like, that shit was horrible. What the hell are you doing?
They'll be thinking in their mind.
No, they won't. You know why? Because they know prior to me just bursting out into song, I'm going to set a precedence. Give some context. Hey,
what are you gonna say? I'm a horrible singer, but
no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna tell a story as to why this song meant so much between me and this person, and then I'm gonna do my thing.
Right.
This is everybody knows what Kanye West's mom meant to him. So Kanye wouldn't give a shit, or at least shouldn't give a shit, what people think about the album. This album isn't for them. It's a dedication to his mom. So what I'm trying to say is it's art. People could critique it all they want, but he doesn't care, nor should he.
Listen, we can sit here and critique it all day, but
I'm not critiquing.
I'm not.
I haven't even heard it yet.
No, I mean like Kanye's intentions. You're critiquing Kanye's intentions, so you're
not critiquing his intentions. I'm telling you his intentions.
Whatever, man. Whatever words you want to use, okay? All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, Kanye is trying to do something and it just didn't come off to the general public. So the general public just feels the need to be honest. Everybody understands what you're saying. Everybody understands what his intentions were. But I mean, there's no replacement for good music, for really good music. And there's not that there's not good songs on his album. There are some really deep, really good songs. But there's some songs I listened to and I said, man, I wish this guy was still messing with the people that was helping him right before, that whole team that he had before, because I can tell that they're missing.
And here's the other thing. I'm sorry. This has to be said. The album's like 2 hours. You said you had to take a break to listen to it, right? That tells me you've heard it once. So what I need to say is I love it how there's people out there who heard it once and they're like, this is a classic. Or who heard it once and they're like, this is shit. You heard it once.
I've heard it more than once, but I get what you're saying.
When I did
that message, I'd listen to it. When I did that message, I'd listen to it just the one time. You're right.
Listen, you have to live with because again, when you consider the intent, you can't just watch it once, or I'm talking about like if it was a movie, you can't just listen to it once and be like, yeah, that was whack, or yeah, that was no, because there's so much shit that you're missing. When it's a 2-hour album, you're gonna replay that thing like 3-4 times if you put in the work, and you're gonna hear new shit. You're gonna hear new instrumentation. You're gonna hear new ad libs, something that may change the entire record. So you guys y'all need to knock it off, man. And this is not even a Kanye defense thing. This is just like, how do y'all listen to music? What did Jay-Z say? Do y'all just listen to music or do you skim through it? What are y'all doing? Y'all have and then you got people are wilding out talking about Vivo Foreign killed it. Shut the fuck up. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here, man? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Deuces. Okay. Well, September 3rd. You know I'm right all the time. What did I say? I said Drake was gonna take over the world with a bunch of beige children. I said that right there.
Oh God. Oh man.
I said that. And I said CLB was a part of the master plan. I said that again. And then we got the album cover. I'm going to share that with you, sons of bitches. What do we have here for the album cover? A bunch of pregnant women, meaning Drake is trying to start that beige race. Beige race.
Wow.
That race that looks like oatmeal. It's not a big reach. Look at this. A bunch of pregnant women. Now,
first of all, everybody's pushing this as it's Drake's album cover.
It is.
Yes, I heard you. Yes, you said that to me. I get it. But he just posted this on his Instagram. Like, I didn't see him as an advertisement. I didn't see him say this is the official cover art for his album. Not that this isn't, art, but I don't know. I just can't see this being the actual cover art to his album. I can't.
Well, you know why I can? Because I'm going to show you in 2 seconds Kanye West's Donda cover art. A black screen. Yeah. So yeah.
That's Kanye though. That's Kanye. That doesn't surprise me from Kanye. A black screen. That makes actual sense now. When I was seeing the album on YouTube, it's just a black. Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But first of all, listen, I'm just going to take your word for it and say it's the cover art. But I personally feel that this is a troll and this isn't the real cover art. This is to spark conversation, which obviously it's going to do. But I'm excited to hear CLB. I am excited to hear CLB. And this is going to be the difference between Kanye's and Drake's, because I feel like Drake makes music where there's certain music where you need to listen to it multiple times to take in everything, as you said before, right? To be able to understand everything that's being said because it's more complex. Drake makes music where you listen to it one time and there's things that you remember in it. Like there's something memorable about the song. So I feel like Drake, once his album drops, there's going to be songs that are almost competing with Kanye's. Kanye gave people time to take in his album a few times before Drake drops. So we'll see. There'll still be a little bit of a competition between them two. So I feel like that's going to be pretty interesting. I don't know how you feel about it, if you think there's still going to be competition at all.
Well, CLB is a roll of the dice because he said he's going to be experimenting. He's trying different type of music. So it could also flop. It could flop. The music could suck. He's not doing his traditional shit. Like, listen to what you just said a moment ago. You said that he makes music where you hear it and you're like, that's dope. And he does. But this is not that. So the music could suck. It could be.
I mean, is that song with Little Durk? Isn't that supposed to be on CLB? I think that's supposed to be on CLB.
Who knows?
Yeah, nobody really knows. But I mean, if it's music like that song was massive. That song was huge.
The man said he's taking risks.
He was playing ball with KD.
I keep telling you Polka is going to be on the album.
Okay. You keep reaching for that one, and there's not going to be any Polka on here. I'm excited to see the battle between them two because Kanye, one thing that can't be denied about his album is the numbers. You know, his album apparently is number 1 in 130 countries on Apple Music, which is a record. It's his songs right now are in the top 10 list. Like, it's just his songs on Spotify and on Apple as well, you know, and he's obviously he's projected right now to sell about, I think they said at least 300,000 copies of Donda within the first week, which would be his second best selling album, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. but I think that would be his second. I think his best album was actually like Yeezus or something like that crazy. But anyway,
Listen, the Drake fans are definitely going to come out at the end of the day because all that's going to happen, two things. First thing is with all the hate, that's going to motivate the Drake fans to come out because they're going to be like, ha, I told you his shit sucks. And now we're going to prove it to you because we're going to make sure Drake's numbers go nuts. Or when you give it some time and actually take in the Kanye album, if people's attitudes start to shift, that will again motivate the Drake fans to step out and show out. To be like, nah, son, Drake is still the guy. Propel the music, make sure it's a classic, whatever. But at the end of the day, you have to shit. How do I say this? You have to shit, bro. Kanye West has been out since what, like 2006?
I don't know. Yeah, early 2000s. We'll just say early 2000s.
Thanks. Thank you. What do you want him to do? To make Through the Wire again? Drake has been out for over a decade. What do you want him to do? Make Best I Ever Had again? He's got to, you know what I mean? Like, these are not rappers. Yes. These are artists now.
If you want to know the answer of people, the answer is yes. Yes, they want to. That's the whole part of artistry, to evolve, to come up with something different. And especially with the rollouts that both of these guys had and the things that they've said about the albums, for both of them, you're going to expect something brand new and amazing. They set themselves up for this. Nobody asked for it.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is Kanye delivered something different and people are looking at it like garbage. And Drake is going to do the same thing out of his own mouth. I'm paraphrasing, experimenting, haven't done it before. But I feel like people are going to give Drake more of a bly with CLB because Drake is a Teflon Don. The man can't do no wrong. Look at how many effed up things happened to him. People still show the man love. All I know is, and I'll be honest about this, I still haven't heard the Kanye West album. You would think that I would go run and listen to it right away. I haven't. With that being said, I'll probably listen to the Drake album the same day it comes out. The only thing that would prevent me from listening to it the same day is if it's 2 hours long. Because I can't, I can't just listen to it regular. I gotta be in the space. Like I was gonna do it today and just dedicate 2 hours, but I had too much shit to do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be in the space, and then I gotta listen to it like 4 or 5 times, the exact same way in the space where I could catch everything and then talk about it. But I don't know, man. This is definitely the album cover, nigga. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, if you want to jump back to that, I'm going to stick to what I said. I think this is a troll, but I guess we'll see. You're always right, aren't you? That's what you said. You're always right.
Listen, I think it's very simple. Certified lover boy. He's getting mad bitches of every single shade pregnant. What's the problem?
I don't know. I get it. I understand what the image is.
All right. Well, viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Do you think this is the real album cover? Do you think Drake is going to top Kanye West? Pause in terms of record sales, in terms of culture impact, just overall in terms of better music? I don't know. I really don't know. Both of them are great artists and they move the needle every single time. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, you want to talk to me about fighting, like you want to scrap or something. What's going on?
First of all, no. I don't want to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay. Never aggressive, always super calm, never attitude, always straightforward. That's how I describe myself on my resume. That's all it says on my resume, those words there. So
how's that going so far?
I'm currently unemployed, but that
all right.
But I've gotten some calls. But one person who really wants to get a call back is Tyron Woodley. So these guys fought. And, you know, I spoke to a few people before the fight, and I feel like majority of the people just thought that Woodley was just going to knock Jake Paul the hell out. I mean, who doesn't want to see him get knocked out? But people thought it was going to be like, it was a foregone conclusion. You understand what I mean? We get to the fight now. The fight happens. It goes to a decision. 2 judges vote in favor of Jake Paul and 1 in favor of Tyron Woodley, which means that Jake Paul actually ended up winning the fight over Tyron Woodley. So congratulations to Bet365. I'm pretty sure they made a ton of money that night. But it didn't end there. As with many things where people get their feelings butt hurt, the show is over. But the show has just begun, because Tyron Woodley wasn't done there. He had a few more words for Jake Paul, and something crazy happened at the end of the fight. Can we see the videotape?
The ropes held him up. I landed more power shots. When he threw the shots, they were hitting my gloves. When he landed a clean shot, which he did, he landed clean shots, and I knew he had heavy hands. But I didn't hit the ground like his other opponents. I walked him down and I landed back. So let's run it back.
Does that interest you, Jake?
Hey, look, of course he wants the payday. You know, of course you want the payday. You had
the fight. I don't want the payday. I want to fight.
You had your opportunity.
Pause
So
it.
you don't want to fight me again?
Perfect pause. Look at his brother in the background. When this guy asked for a rematch, his brother just started laughing immediately, bro. Like this is a joke. Okay, all right, that's how you feel.
Hey, you old news, fam.
You had your chance.
Logan.
You had your chance.
Fall back.
You had your chance. I was nothing but respectful to you right now.
You the one that got wobbled, almost sent through the rope. If these fucking ropes wasn't 7'2", you would have went through the ropes. I landed the power punches. You missed.
If you get the tattoo,
you're not scared running back.
If you get the tattoo, I love Jake Paul. Let's run it back.
Bet. Let's go.
Hey.
Deal. Make the bet. Bet.
Deal. Get the tattoo.
That caught you off guard. So yeah, as you saw right there, I mean, the man. Okay, listen. I understand, and I agree with, first of all, with what Jake Paul said. I don't think Woodley wants to fight. I think Woodley wants another payday. But to agree to get a tattoo, "I love Jake Paul" on your body, wow. How desperate do you really have to be for a rematch? That's crazy. Would you get a Would you do that?
I don't even like tattoos.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no.
But what if it was like, what if the rematch, they would offer you like $10 million and all you have to do is get a tattoo of "I love Jake Paul" on your body?
Yeah, sure.
You would do it.
Well, I could easily get it removed afterwards. So yeah, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
I don't know that's listen, that's the thing. That's the first thing I thought about. Getting it removed. You know what I mean? Obviously you can get it laser treated or whatever, but I'm willing to bet that Jake Paul is going to have some kind of contract or something like that, to the point where like he's going to make sure that this is embarrassing for Woodley.
Yeah, of course.
He's just going to want to embarrass him. They don't. And you know what? Going into this, a lot of people shot down Jake Paul or whatever for his boxing skills. I didn't get to see the fight. I only heard about the highlights. So from what people have told me, a lot of people think that Woodley actually should have won. Like it was closer than the judges like put it together, because there was a point where apparently he was wobbly against the ropes. Like there's a shot, a picture and everything, but I didn't get to see it. Clearly there was something that made Jake Paul the better fighter. And it was probably because he's been training for boxing a little bit longer.
Yeah, could we just stop this narrative that the guy can't fight?
I don't get why people. I don't like these guys. I don't. But what I will always respect is somebody who puts an effort into trying to hone a craft versus somebody who's just in it just for a fight. I get being able to street fight. I get Woodley was an MMA fighter, but MMA fighting and boxing are two totally different things.
Exactly. I don't even know much about boxing or MMA, and I know that.
If you're Jake Paul, do you give Woodley the rematch?
No, I'm not running it back. You lost.
You're his brother in the background. Long story short.
You lost.
You're old news, fam.
Yeah,
you're old news.
You lost. You know what I'm saying?
You're old news.
Like at the end of the day, I'm trying to move up in the rankings. Like, let's just say worst case, you catch me slipping and I lose. Then what? Now we're tied 1-1. We got to fight again to see who's the better fighter. Nah, man. I want to fight someone better than you now. You understand what I'm trying to move up. Right. I'm not trying to stay here. So him running it back, it doesn't help him in any ways. It only helps the other guy. So what's the point of that? to your point, you're right. It's a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? If you get this tattoo, all right, you know, maybe we could both. But even then, even then, I still don't see it. It doesn't make sense. If anything, it just, you know what? Even if, what's the guy's name? Woodley?
Yeah.
Even if he gets the tattoo, all right, and then he fights Jake Paul and he wins, still some clown shit. You understand what I'm saying? Still clown shit. You lost the first one, and in order to get the second one, you had to get a tattoo. In order to get a second shot, you have to get a tattoo of the man. That's still clown shit. So, like, just take the L and keep it moving.
New level of simping, man. But listen,
man.
We're gonna wrap this up. Deuce Gang, let us know in the comments, man. If you were Tyron Woodley, would you be willing to get a tattoo that says "I love Jake Paul" just to have a rematch with this guy? And if you do want to take the fight, how much money would they have to pay you in order to do that, to take the fight? Bro, and also, this is the big question: who do you think won the fight, though? Do you really think that Jake Paul won the fight? I want to know. Or do you think it was rigged like everybody's talking about?
Just put the name in really small writing. Really small writing. That's it. You'll be fine. Just take, even if he's like, oh, you can't, whatever, just take a knife, just slice that bitch right off. It's $10 million. 10, man. Anyways, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stop hating on Jake Paul. Deuce.
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far. You have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.